Hi everyone, it's Lauren Day and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my iPhone 8 Plus and its comparison to my original iPhone 6. Most of the time, the only Apples that I can afford are these ones. So I'm not an Apple tech, but I love the product. I'm a social media manager and I just love using the iPhone, capturing images and using it for social media. New iPhone video series. In today's video, I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison and my thoughts between the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 8 Plus. I originally purchased the iPhone 6 and this was purchased on the iPhone Apple release day, September 29, 2014, and this actually came with the original software 8.1.2. I kept this phone on this software for 3.5 years until I upgraded just recently in July of 2018 to the iPhone 8 Plus, and this is the 8 Plus and it has the amazing camera on the back. So I recently picked up this phone from the Apple store and finally upgraded my iPhone from the iPhone 6 to the iPhone 8 Plus. So if you've ever wondered if the iPhone 6 can run on the same software for over 3.5 years, then definitely keep watching this video because I'm going to show you the comparisons and my thoughts between the two different phones, what my experience has been with Apple and what my experience has been using the Apple iPhone. I work as a social media manager and a graphic designer. Using my iPhone is so important to me and it's something that I do every single day. I wanted to keep my iPhone 6 Plus as long as I could because I didn't want to feel like I had to keep up with the Joneses and I had to get the latest greatest iPhone. I actually waited quite a long time to get my iPhone to upgrade to the latest iPhone. 2014 on Apple release day in Australia. The store was absolutely packed on Apple release day, and the store, I definitely don't recommend ever purchasing your iPhone on Apple release day because it is crazy in the store, but I did because I wanted to get the iPhone 6 so much back in 2014. Previous to that I had the 4S, so I've gone from the 3G to the 4 to the 4S to the iPhone 6 and now to the iPhone 8 Plus. I know that a lot of people do upgrade the iPhones every time a new iPhone comes out, so they may have like a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, but I really don't feel it necessary to get a new iPhone every 12 months or even every 24 months because I feel that the iPhone does last a long time and it is such great technology that it is worth keeping the phone after your phone plan runs out or if you do buy the phone outright. And I kept this original iPhone 6 running on the original software, which is the 8.1.2, and I did this for a reason because I wanted to see how long the phone would last, what apps were going to still work on this phone, what the capacity was of how many photos this phone could hold, problems that I occurred when I used the phone and what software and what malfunctions I was getting. What I found was this phone was still working really well, and the only problems that I was really having recently in the last month or two, so around about June, July of 2018. Remember I purchased this phone in September 2014 and I've used it every day since, has been that the battery has really failed me to the point where the battery would say that it was 99% and then it would crash in a matter of 1 hour from 99% down to 50%. So it was crashing, the battery was crashing really majorly. I wouldn't say that I was using my phone anything more than normal. The phone, if I had replaced the battery, I probably could have kept using it. I'll show you guys a little bit about my iPhone 6. This is my iPhone 6 and these are the apps that I generally were running on my iPhone 6. So I didn't have a lot of apps towards the end of running this phone. I had maybe 2 pages of apps. So the first page of apps was these ones. The second page was these. This phone was absolutely incredible. On my camera roll on this phone, I have over 34,000 photos. Now, I am a social media manager, so I do post a lot of celebrity pics and also pictures for my clients. I take a lot of photos because I'm a graphic designer. I edit a lot of photos, so not all of these photos, my 34,000 photos on my iPhone 6 are personal selfies of any sort, but I love the fact that you could arrange these in photo albums. I really loved the photo app on the original iOS 8.1.2. So I really enjoyed using this phone for so many years, and I loved this phone because I had the original set of emojis on this phone. These are the original emojis, and today in 2018, you guys probably are like, oh my god, these original emojis, I've never seen these before. But basically there was like four different categories that you could swipe through, and these were the original emojis. There was a few of these, and I loved the original emojis, and I was still using them in July of 2018. But I did have to upgrade to obviously the 3D emojis and the butterfly and the unicorn and the dinosaur and all of those. But it was fun having the original emojis, and definitely the original emojis were my absolute favorite emojis. I absolutely loved them. What did start to malfunction with this phone was when I was using the Twitter app, I couldn't see anybody's photos, so it would just be like a blank square. The Instagram app, when I used the Instagram stories, I could only have 3 different face filters: dog face, the glowy face, and the face with the hearts across it. So what happens when you have an iPhone that you don't ever update the software for is that once the updates come rolling in of the apps that you like to use, like Instagram or Facebook, you can no longer update your apps on your phone. So you go to the App Store and there is apps that you can update, and then if your phone can't update that particular app because say the Instagram app was designed for the iOS 10, you've only got iOS 8, then you won't be able to update to the latest version of the Instagram app, which means you can still run Instagram and Facebook pages and all of those particular apps that you use, but you may not be able to run them at the latest, greatest features, which is not always a good thing. It's not always a bad thing. I just loved using this phone. It was such a great phone to use. So recently I decided that I was going to upgrade my phone and get into the 20th century, get into the 2018 world of emojis. So I picked up the 8 Plus from the Apple Store. The 8 Plus has the same camera in the back that the iPhone 10 has, which is great, and it has this amazing portrait mode, which I really love. So I did try to set up my apps on my new iPhone 8 Plus in the same type of order that I had them previously. And I set up my iPhone, that's where I know where the apps are, the iPhone 6. You can see that I did try to set up my iPhone 8. So in comparison, this is page 1 of my iPhone, and then I'll go to page 2. So here's page 2 of my iPhone 8 compared to my iPhone 6, and then page 3. In my iPhone 8 I've got 2 folders worth of extras, and then in my iPhone 6 I had 1 folder of extras. I really love this phone. What I love about the 8 Plus is that the True Tone display is amazing on this phone. The portrait mode is great on this phone. It is in such high definition. I have never experienced this high definition before. I really have been enjoying using the portrait mode and testing out the different features, but what I noticed is just the screen size is just so much larger. It doesn't seem like it's a lot larger, but it is just so much larger. So I did actually get the same iPhone case as my iPhone 6 because I do really like this case. Once I set up my iPhone 8 Plus in store at the Apple Store, I also purchased this case from Kmart, which was just $7. I also purchased a screen protector, so it's a glass screen protector that goes over the front of your phone, and that helps you to make sure that you don't get any fingerprints and things on the display. And I also picked up this little selfie light from Kmart, which has a little button here, and you can click it on to the top of your phone. So it just like clips on here to the top of your phone, which is really cool. And this was only $5, and this was from Kmart. Rechargeable clip-on selfie light, and they're $5, and they're from Kmart. So they're basically the accessories that I needed. Compare the boxes that the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 6 come in. So the iPhone 8 is obviously a bigger box because the phone is bigger, but what I did notice is that it has a pretty picture of the iPhone on the front of the box that the iPhone 6 was kind of lacking. Both iPhones have the word iPhone written here. The original iPhone, even though I got the gold, had silver writing. And the iPhone 8 Plus, I do have the gold color. So I did miss out on the pink, which I was a bit annoyed about because I think the pink came out on the 6S, 7S, and then I got the 8, and obviously the 8 doesn't come in the pink. The headphones that you do get with the 8 Plus now just have the lightning jack cord attachment. In the original iPhone, there is a headphone jack. In the new 8 Plus, there is no headphone jack. So you will notice that if you do have a set of headphones that has a jack like this, it no longer works in the new 8 Plus. So the new headphones come in the box. But you also get this little connector. So you put the old headphone jack in here, and then you can put that into your new iPhone 8 Plus. So you can put this into the new iPhone. So if you do have old headphones, you can still connect them to the new 8 Plus. You just need to connect them using this tiny little connector, which I thought would be inconvenient when I saw this online, but I think that it's fine, and it is a way for them to solve the problem. Now can use the new software update, which everyone's probably been using iOS 11.1 or iOS 11 or iOS 10 for years now, but I've just come into the 20th century. One thing I did notice with the wallpapers that come on the iOS, so compared to the iOS 8, there was the dynamic and the stills, and the stills were really, really pretty. I did like these particular stills, and my favorite one, lotus flower. I did like the lotus flower. I did also like this, a lot of these flowers here as well. But the new iOS obviously comes with different wallpapers, and there's actually not as many wallpapers as there was before, which I was a little bit disappointed with, but obviously you can download your own wallpapers. But I do like the fact that they are able to give us different wallpapers. They do have a new feature now which has these live wallpapers, which are pretty dynamic as well, so that's pretty cool. I did notice like slight changes with the iOS operating system. Everything seems to be more smoother, more streamlined, more quicker. Everything seems to be in such high quality. We're able to download all of the apps that I previously had on my iPhone 6. This is just my kind of first impressions of the iPhone 8 compared to the iPhone 6. I will be doing another video called What's on My Apple iPhone, and that is going to show you in depth what apps that I use, why I like particular apps. So if you would like to watch that video, please subscribe. Then also I'm going to be doing a video about showing you the different mobile phones that I have in my collection. So the phones that we used to have way back in the day compared to the phones that we have now. So that will be an interesting video as well. So please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found it a little bit fascinating and enjoyed my thoughts on the iPhone 8. If you have any questions, please don't forget to comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before you leave, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like if you enjoyed this video, and hit that bell to notify yourself next time I upload. This is just the first video of my Apple iPhone series, so let me know which video you'd like to see next, whether it's what's on my iPhone 8 Plus or my Apple phones and my cell phones over the years, a little bit throwback video.